Hi guys, Squirrel here. Welcome back to some more Bus Simulator. Sorry it's been a little gap since the last one, but I was away in Vegas and then I had hay fever and still got hay fever. But anyway, what I've done is I've driven that
Excellent
last
work.
route and
I
I'll shut
knew
up for a
you could
second.
pull it off. I'm happy to hand you the keys to the agricultural and industrial areas. Metaphorically speaking, of course. We haven't done real keys in a very long time. No matter. We're really looking forward to your plans to incorporate these two traffic-dense areas into your network.
If you manage to pull this off, the city is willing to reopen up the southern areas and Steineck for public transport. Some friends of mine are planning to marry at the chapel there. Maybe we'll get this up and running in time for the wedding guests to use public transport.
Right.
Oh, and before I forget, they also promised a juicy government subsidy as an incentive.
Killing me interested. I don't think any wedding guests are ever going to jump on the bus. I mean, I don't know what planet she lives in, but no way. Anyway, we've unlocked the next objective, which is the industrial zone, this lot here, agricultural and industrial zone. So now things are starting to get a lot more interesting. We have 190k in the bank. I've got this route here. That was the last thing that we did, and then I just had to drive it, which is what I completed. Let's jump quickly over to the bus depot. We can probably afford a new bus now of 120k Citaro, so we'll grab one of them. We'll customize it. We'll put the squirrel transport skin on it like that. Incidentally, if you're wondering why, as I promised, this thing is not actually in the Steam Workshop, it's because after release, whilst I was in Vegas, they wrote to me and said, oh yeah, you know how we said we are going to put that in the workshop? Well, our legal team said we couldn't, so you need to do it. So they've sent me instructions on how to do it, and I just need to get around to doing it, which I will do at some point, but it's not exactly a high priority right now. I'm looking to sort of work out how we can do other skins as well. So, because this one only works on Citaro anyway, but I'll let you know. I'll basically let you know whenever that's going to be up there. The bus garage, let's go employees. Let's click on, what am I doing? Click on routes here. Citaro, and we need to hire another employee. So we'll go down to somebody who's an all apprentice journeyman. We'll hire the journeyman. Multiplayer. Oops, nope, it's offline. So yeah, the way the bus drivers level up independently, and some of the later assignments that you get, like your drivers will have to be ace level drivers. So as they're driving around, they're basically skilling up as you do. But if you can hire them at a higher level, then you'll pay the wages, of course, but it'll take them longer to hire up to level up to an ace level. Anyway, let's start off by looking at the route that we need to do. So we need to plan a route with a maximum of 8 stops that connects the agricultural zone and the industrial zone, 3 stops each. So now these are all brand new, so they're all going to be level 2, of course. And over here, we don't have a stop that's linked into anything yet. So that's something to be aware of. We're not going to connect it just yet, but if we have to connect these later on, which we do on this one, the showgrounds, we're going to use that stop as best as possible because those 3 are going to get leveled up now. They're level 4 already, look. This is only level 2. So this one has to be a maximum of 8 stops, and it's going to connect these things. So how can we do? We can go around like that and pick up all 4. We could pick up 4 in each. We may as well do that, and then that way, when we assign AI drivers to it, we've got everything. Yeah, click on new route. We've got everything leveling up equally, which will be good. So we'll come in, and then we'll go perhaps like that. Oh no, let's go. We take the inside line here, then we can come around that way, come through there like that. There we go. That works for me. Give it a quick optimize, not that it'll make any difference. Save that, and that is 8 stops. So I think it connects I think it connects everything together that it needs. Let's just see minimum 3, and a maximum of 8. So yeah, that's fine. That should tick the box. So we shall drive that. I'm wary of making mistakes. Remember my last video, I made a massive mistake because I wasn't paying attention. Quick start is on. Reverse route, we don't need to reverse yet. We're not going to put it on loop. We're not going to put it on round trip because it'll be a bit of a long journey if we do. Driver selected route once in each direction and then in the reverse direction. Driver selected route twice. So this, you know, if you turn this on or turn this on, it's going to be great for setting the economy quite high, but it will take a lot longer to do it. But it's doable. I mean, that's not a long journey. So what I might do is I might loop it because those 4 stops in each section won't take that long to do. So yeah, and we'll leave that cashier on, 2 early events on, and we should go with that. Now, they have, I'm sure you know this, you've probably been playing the game, right? Press 8 for that. Press Z to put on your speed restrictor, and then press the M key twice to put the retarder onto level 2, which means when you back off the throttle, it will start to... 1 second. When you back off the throttle, it will brake automatically. So if I back off the throttle now, it slows down, which is very handy once you get used to it. So you're probably already aware of that, but if you're not, well, you just learnt something particularly handy. Okay, good morning.
A ticket, please.
Just a ticket, is that all you want? Wait, not to any particular place?
Thanks.
€2. Okay, that's one guy getting on the back there. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, the industrial and agriculture areas are pretty decent. It's the... once we get down to the oil refinery bit, that's where it gets a little bit
I can't
traffic heavy. So I wonder how many of you guys actually went ahead and bought the game. If you didn't already buy... oh, look, I have some updates. If you didn't already buy the game, what date are we on? 27th.
No.
Yeah, you've got 3 days left, I think, to get a discounted purchase, which is cheaper than Steam, on Games Planet if you use my link and then put this code in, BUS18. In other words, bus 18. Put that code in after clicking my link, you get 20% off, which is better than Steam's doing right now, even in the Steam sale. But I think that's only valid to the end of the month, so you have to be very, very quick. But what do you think about it? Are you enjoying it? Is it good fun? I've heard some people have been trying to mod the game. I know there's somebody in the workshop who's already started work on a bus, but it's still very early days for that. I'm not aware of anybody working on a map just yet. The guy that does my truck skins, Paulie, he had a go at doing it for the bus sim and he said it was horrendous.
See ya.
Day, regular... He said something like you have to come in and out of the game. Like the skins look awful and you have to go in and out of the game just to even test one. So, you know, he's used to using Euro Truck's way of doing it, and he said that the way they do it on this is it just makes life hard. So I don't know how quickly we're going to see skins. Oh, I love it when they purchase week tickets. Get the money rolling in. Okay. Please don't drive into me.
Next stop, Corp warehouses.
But they certainly fixed all those pre-release bugs that I was finding, you know, the ones to do with the bits of buses sticking out and all kinds of things like that, so that's good. The AI doesn't appear to have been changed very much. It's still very, very passive AI, but then occasionally does these really weird things where it gets gridlocked or it'll drive into you for no reason. But apart from that, it mostly behaves, I find. Hello, Mr. Tango Trousers. How we doing? Single, regular... oops, just the one. Unless he wants to buy two, which I don't think he does.
Thank you. One ticket,
Week, regular. Lots of week tickets being bought here. Anyway, this would be better as if it was a holiday. Regular. Okay. I think we'll have to check some tickets shortly. I feel like some scumbags are on the back of the bus.
Next stop, Shipwrights Alley.
You know what? While we're stuck in traffic, let's do it.
What?
Of course.
Here.
What? Was that a surprise?
Here you go. Where is it?
Of course.
Dang it. You're all lovely people. None of you are scumbags. I'm disappointed, though. Sometimes if you toot your horn, things seem to move
I hope I'll be able to catch some
a lot
sleep
better.
along the way.
I hate this junction. It's even worse than the oil rig section. Come on. Keep going. Come on, pal. I suppose once you know where the bad junctions are, you could create a route that tries to avoid them. These crossways seem to be the worst, especially when you've got somebody pedestrian. Excuse me. Hay fever hype. Let's get into the... If you get into the junction area, then the AI just backs off. Once you cross that line.
To be just sleepwalking their way through it. Horrible.
Okay, should be a bit nicer down at the agricultural section, I think. Why is that person just randomly stood there? That's so weird.
Did you see the last
No, don't spoil it for me.
How did she even know what he was going to talk about?
Alley.
That's what I call good service.
Oh, yeah. Too late? I don't think so.
Bye-bye.
Doesn't really marry up, does it? On the one hand, it says that's what I call good service, and on the other hand, it goes, you're late.
Purchase several tickets.
Week, regular.
Thank you.
Right, is anybody else getting on? No? Good, we're going. We're late. Right, we're going to bang it down the riverside now.
Next stop, Nutri-Core Research Labs.
Go to the agricultural centre. So that right ahead of us up there, that's the business park. You know, with the compass bit on it. See the elevation change. Come on, boss. Makes you wonder what they're going to do next for this game. I know that the people who made Fernbus, TML, they're working on a bus sim which is set in Fuerteventura, I think it is. But that's not out till at least, I think, September. Lotus Bus Sim, I have no idea. And this one, I assume it's going to be DLC. Maybe some more buses, maybe some more maps, I don't know. We'll have to see how quickly the mod authors get on top of it, though. If I go, yep, he'll back off. See if we can recoup some of that late time. The other thing is, I don't quite understand why they use a minus for this thing. It says like -1 minute, which in almost every game means you're early. But in this game, it means you're late. It kind of comes from the whole countdown system, you know, T minus. T minus 120 is like a minute 20 before whatever is due to happen. Even OMSI does it that way. But in this game, -120 means you're late. Bizarre.
Next stop, Nutri-Core
Well, we clawed some of the time back, but...
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Single oreg.
Thanks. A ticket, please.
Weak reg.
Thank you.
There we go.
Did you see the last episode?
stop, Corn Street, Agriculture Center.
Is that Corn Street? Greenus. One of the worst things I find about this game are the potholes. They are just so annoying. They're really hard to avoid. I mean, they don't financially penalise you, but you do lose a bit of XP.
Next stop, Corn
But some of them are really hard to spot, especially at night or in the rain.
What What should I get to eat now?
And it just feels like there's too many of them.
Junk food? I think I'll try some street food.
Single student. I'll do.
I think I'll need several.
And a week. Wow, 3? Why are you buying 3 week? Wowzers. Richest student I've ever known. Three-week ticket, €72.
Next stop, Sugar Mill.
I forgot to water my plants.
Passengers listen to loud music. Hang on. Which one is it? That one?
I'm sorry.
Stop, Sugar Mill.
What, like some old woman at the back? I have no idea how I just managed to communicate with her. With her loud music. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just listening to some rave music.
Thinking about getting a dog.
Really? No, sir.
Well, I'm going to quickly check some tickets again.
The ticket.
Oh,
Hold on.
We got one.
sure.
We got a winner.
What? Here you go.
What about you?
Here's the ticket.
Hold on.
I was so hoping she didn't have a ticket then.
And here's
Just
a
for
picture of my
lols.
cat. She's called Pearly.
The best one I had was a guy in a wheelchair. That's just, which is just completely ridiculous because he can probably travel for free anyway. Well, yeah, a guy in a wheelchair dodging tickets. Like, really? You're actually having a laugh? Wow, take your time, pal. You know, I just realised that I drove the wrong bus. I was meant to drive my MAN, my Lion City bus. And because the game still defaults you to the first bus in your garage that you ever bought,
Now.
if you forget to change it, that's what you end up driving.
Junk food.
Excuse me, guys.
Street food.
This hay fever's horrible. I saw you sneaking back there. Yeah, I can't remember a summer where my hay fever has been quite this bad.
Distribution Center.
There's a massive high pressure over England right now, and it's been cloudless sunshine for just days on end, and it's kind of just holding all the pollinated air, and there's just
You
no
know,
rain to clear it.
yesterday, Kitty caught a fish.
What? Aren't cats afraid of water?
Yeah, well, she hardly got wet.
Come on,
She was just lying there on top of the aquarium.
2 pedestrians crossing. This game needs to have more traffic lights as well. There are so many giveaway junctions and hardly any traffic light junctions. I think I know of like 1 or something in the main business park. Oh dear, this doesn't look promising at all. They're all waiting for that one woman in the purple jacket. That's what everybody's waiting for right now. And she walks so slowly. We're gonna be so late again. Come on, get out of the way. Go, go, go. Okay, now we need to leave the agricultural centre. Easier said than done. Whoa, don't. You never know if they're going to stop or not. I just love the way you get bonus points for using your indicator. It's just fabulous. Right, so that was one loop. And now I've got to drive back.
Thank God. I managed to catch the bus.
I've got to drive
Wait,
back and then loop
is
the whole
this
thing
even
again.
the right bus?
So it's taken a little longer than I thought. I thought this would be a fairly quick journey, but with all the traffic jams and pedestrians and cars that just refuse to actually cross the line, like this guy. Oh my god, pal! Don't you hate me behind people like that?
Did you concert last night at the old sawmill? The band
Okay,
seems to be
turning
just
right.
sleepwalking their way through it. Horrible.
Okay. Right, I think what I'll do is I shall drive the rest of this route and we'll pick it up towards the end. Somebody dropped garbage. Can you actually believe it? It's like probably the same people that got on and just didn't actually pay. And then just leave their rubbish when they get on. Thanks, guys. Hey, look at me, Twitch streamer. Right, we made it. Let's hit the end key and find out how we did. So, not bad. Obviously got points deducted for arriving late and then hit a pothole, so that's knocked this down a little bit. But 42,000! 42, check that out. That was so worth doing. All those weekly tickets as well, and we got the fur dodger. So what that means is, apart from obviously ticking that box, and we've driven it now, what that means is we have 160k. So what we can do is go and buy another bus and we'll customize it, put our skin on it. That. Go and hire another employee. Can we find a journeyman? Yes, we can. Go back to the route planner, assign drivers, and put that person on the Citaro. And now, when we get more drivers, because if we have a look at this, that was expected revenue. Actually, best result 25, 23, 18, 42. So that is by far the best earner. Terrific amount of money. So as we buy the next few buses and employees, we're going to put them on this because this is going to bring in serious amounts of money. But that's enough for this video. And the next one, we're going to create this route. And this is a tricky one. Assign at least one driver. Only assign CNG buses. Now, the CNG bus is going to be tricky because I don't think we can afford it yet. If we go down to what is it? The urban way is the only CNG, and that's 330k. So that's going to be some time before we can actually do that. So we can create the route, no problem, but we'll have to leave that until we can afford it. Drive the route of the CNG bus, we can't do that yet. 85% of all unlocked bus stops should be on routes which generate income with drivers. You currently have 55% of all bus stops in profitable routes. The highlighted bus stops do not generate income, as you can see, but that will tick over shortly. Once the driver actually starts to drive these 8 stops, that should go up. There's only one stop, I think, that's not been connected out of all the stops. So that's enough to get 85%. So really, it's a case of create this, drive the route, and then grind until we get a CNG bus, and then drive the route with the CNG bus. But that's going to have to wait until the next video. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care, guys. Happy bussing.